Country music legend Dolly Parton is as famous for her cheerful demeanor and larger-than-life appearance as she is for her iconic music. Sadly, however, Parton has also lived through her fair share of tragedy, both professional and personal. These are the tragic details of Dolly Parton's life. Dolly Parton had a tough childhood to say the least, although you'd hardly know it considering her vast catalog of romantic, homespun music. But while songs like My Tennessee Mountain Home may offer up a picturesque view of Parton's early days, the reality was anything but. Parton and her siblings lived in a two-bedroom cabin in Locust Ridge, Tennessee, with no electricity or running water.
How often did you bathe in the winter? Was it like once a week or every 2 weeks? Or?
Well, we bathed once a week whether we needed it or not, as the saying goes.
A recreation of the home, which had just one bed and kitchen table for the whole family, resides at Dollywood, where the singer claims it has a special place in her heart. Her mother, A.V. Lee, took care of the 12 kids, instilling in them the importance of making the best of what they had. Although Parton's father, Robert Lee, was illiterate, the singer remembers him as one of the most intelligent men she's ever known, and he worked hard to support the family. The Partons had their ways of making ends meet, though. For example, in her memoir, Dolly's younger sister Stella recounts her father bribing a doctor with a bag of grain to deliver Dolly when they couldn't afford it. But tragedy hit the poverty-stricken family in 1955 when the 9-year-old Parton's younger brother Larry died 4 days after his birth. In 2015, the singer told TV critics, "There is a lot of heartache and stuff that goes on with that, but that is what makes you who and what you are." Perhaps unsurprisingly, Dolly Parton had a knack for music at an early age. She accompanied her uncle Bill Owens on trips to Nashville at age 10, before moving there after high school in 1964. Owens was instrumental in helping Parton establish herself, and the two secured a deal with Monument Records in 1965. Unfortunately, this didn't amount to much. Parton's first singles, I Wasted My Tears and What Do You Think About Lovin', didn't take off. And Happy Happy Birthday Baby peaked at a measly number 108 on the pop charts. After Parton and Owens wrote 1966's Put It Off Until Tomorrow, however, Monument allowed the singer to embrace her southern sensibilities for her first solo album, 1967's Hello, I'm Dolly. The record's success was surprising, considering she was largely an unknown artist at the time. Nonetheless, Hello, I'm Dolly propelled Parton into the big time, landing her with her big break and gaining the attention of the musician and television host Porter Wagoner. After 7 years on Porter Wagoner's variety show, Parton believed she had garnered enough success to finally go solo. She later explained, "I didn't want to just be somebody's girl singer forever." Unfortunately, her solo endeavors had a few missteps, including her own short-lived syndicated show Dolly, which ran for just one season in the 1970s. In a 2018 interview with Billboard, the singer explained that she carries no regrets, even though she views the show as a quote mistake. Parton added, "It wasn't what I wanted it to be, and I wasn't able to be my own self in it." It seems Parton also took issue with her earlier, more commercial material. While she wrote half the songs on 1980's 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs, she admitted to Rolling Stone that same year that she didn't like her last few albums, even though they got her where she wanted to be. Following the success of 9 to 5 and its accompanying film, however, the singer felt that she finally had the freedom to make music her way. In December 2018, Dolly Parton's family was dealt yet another blow when her younger brother Floyd Parton passed away at just 61 years old. Remembered in his obituary as a Renaissance man with many talents, Floyd and Dolly had a close relationship during his lifetime. Together, the two siblings had penned some of her biggest #1 hits, including 1991's Rockin' Years, which featured Ricky Van Shelton, and 1978's Nickels and Dimes from Parton's Heartbreaker LP. The loss was devastating for Parton, who, aside from a joint statement with her family, has never publicly discussed her brother's passing. The statement read, "Yesterday we laid our sweet baby brother to rest. We all sang his lovely song Rockin' Years together as a family at the service to say goodbye to him. He lived a short life of love and beautiful songs." After a decade-spanning career, Dolly Parton has seen a fair share of her contemporaries pass away. The loss of country singer Porter Wagoner, who helped kickstart her career, was particularly hard on her. She even penned 1973's I Will Always Love You, which Whitney Houston re-recorded for 1992's The Bodyguard, about their professional split. At the time, Parton's decision to go solo had caused some friction between the pair, but they had made up by the time he passed away from lung cancer in 2007. After Wagoner died, Parton told the media, "Part of him will always live through me and my music." Parton also revealed that she had sung to Wagoner on his deathbed, saying, "It felt good that I had the opportunity to say goodbye properly." Then, in 2017, Parton's longtime manager Don Warden died of unknown causes. After working together for almost 50 years, Parton called him Mr. Everything. In a post on her website, she wrote, "I've known and loved Don Warden since I joined the Porter Wagoner Show in 1967. He was like a father, a brother, a partner, and one of my best friends. I feel like a piece of my heart is missing today. Certainly a huge piece of my life is gone." Famously duetted on hits such as Islands in the Stream, and after his death, Parton took to social media to remember him.
"I loved Kenny with all my heart. My heart's broken, and a big old chunk of it has gone with him today."
Inspired by her time in Hollywood, Dolly Parton redeveloped a Tennessee theme park and opened it as Dollywood in 1986. While its success quickly led to the opening of a new water park, and the park's website boasts that it's the largest ticketed attraction in Tennessee, the business hasn't been without its problems. On the opening day of the Thunder Express roller coaster in 1989, for example, 18 people were injured after the ride experienced a brake malfunction. Unfortunately, guest injuries have continued to be a recurring problem. In 2004, a woman visiting from out of state fell from a moving train car, although officials later ruled that Dollywood was not at fault for the incident. The park's Timber Tower ride was also eventually removed, following a malfunction in 2007, which left 44 riders stranded for hours. Then, in 2015, a woman sued the park after claiming she had suffered brain damage after falling from a ride, although the two parties later settled. The park made headlines yet again in 2018, when a mother of two sued the park for $2 million after injuring her spine at the water park. The media reported that a theme decoration had fallen and hit guests, sending 3 people to the hospital, albeit in a stable condition. Parton is said to be informed about every park accident, as she considers each and every visitor a member of her own family. With her ever-present smile, glamorous looks, and hopeful aura, Dolly Parton is nothing short of a ray of sunshine, publicly at least. But in Dolly on Dolly, a 2017 collection of interviews, the singer revealed how she had experienced some especially turbulent times during the 80s. After a so-called affair of the heart during her seemingly open marriage, Parton ended up on the brink of suicide. She said, "For about 6 months there, I woke up every morning feeling dead." At this point in her career, she was also navigating family drama and health issues, and was reeling from a nightmare experience on set of The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Parton recalls that after binge eating, canceling her tour, and falling into a deep depression, she found herself eyeing a handgun in her house before her dog Popeye came looking for her. Parton explained, "The tap-tap-tap of his paws jolted me back to reality. Kind of think it was God's way of bringing me to my knees long enough to pray." Dolly Parton and her husband Carl Dean have been happily married since 1966, although they never had any children of their own. In 2003, she told Larry King, "I wanted children when we first met. All girls do, but that did not happen." The couple had their hands full when they first met, raising 5 of Parton's younger brothers and sisters. Their own plans for a family then took a back seat in 1982, when Parton was rushed to the hospital for a partial hysterectomy related to a case of endometriosis. After realizing she would never be able to have children, Parton fell into a deep depression. She later told the Globe, "Every day I thought, I wish I had the nerve to kill myself." Looking back in hindsight, Parton mused to Entertainment Tonight that her struggles with motherhood may well have been a part of God's plan.
But I really honestly believe that some things like that are meant to be, because now everybody's kids are mine.
If you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. Or text HOME to the crisis text line at 741-741.